Hello, good morning. This is my third video about my charity event that I have set up for my 40th birthday, which will take place on Saturday, the 1st of July, 2023. So if you are watching this video after that date, I can only apologise for that. I have painstakingly over the last 6 months tried to promote my charity event that I'm doing. Now, in front of me, I have got a lovely wire frame that I believe is for jewellery. Now, ironically, one of the things in my hometown, I suppose it's the same everywhere, I can't really comment, is how much stuff people throw away. And I don't just mean in the bin that ends up in a landfill, I mean in the street. Honest, I'm not joking. You could literally walk the whole length of the roads or the area that I live in within Nuneaton, which is Stockingford, and you could probably refit out your bathroom, your kitchen, your living room, your dining room, your bedroom. So many people just throw stuff away. And then you get me and some other crazy people like me, and I can say I'm crazy. And the reason I can say I'm crazy is because I have actually been diagnosed with mental health. Who will go and bang on your door or shove a letter through your letterbox and say, hello, do you mind if I take that sofa? Do you mind if I, take that picture frame or table or chair that you've left outside? And providing the items aren't too damaged or water damaged or infestated with bugs or bed bugs, rodents, whatever, or I would say ask, because you are then probably saving somebody money for having to hire a skip or to pay for an uplift from the council. So anyway, this frame, this love heart frame, is I just found it on the floor in the street. Nobody wanted it. It was just there. So I picked it up. I didn't steal it. It was just in the street. And what I did was when I got home, I haven't done it with this one, but I have done it with the others that happen to be with it as well, which is really weird. I spray painted them silver. Now with this one, like I said, it's probably for jewellery. And what I've done is I have added these little envelopes. Now hopefully you can read this. I always get confused when I put things online because it always reads backwards to me. And what these are little envelopes that I managed to get from a company on eBay. Yeah, I'm not promoting them. I'm not even going to say who the company are. And what it was is I tried to do this myself at home, but the envelopes I used, they weren't the right size. And I probably could have paid anywhere within the region of 100 quid just to try and find out which envelopes would fit in my printer to print out something like this. Now, the picture that's on it is simple, it's basic, it's basically an envelope, as you can see. The ones I have used myself personally, they are brown. They're from probably Wilkinson's or Ryman's, I can't remember, but if you're looking for envelopes, people are always asking. They're two of the places I've used. Even the Works, they are companies that people are aware of. And I did these in memory of a gentleman I know called Raymond Baxter. Now, me and Ray are a bit like two peas in a pod. I know that's really weird to say that, but we actually shared the same birthday. So it would have been my 40th in a couple of days, and the one thing I always wanted was for him to still be alive to share that birthday with me. But sadly, he passed away from prostate cancer. It's been over 2 years now almost. And so what I did for him was little envelopes of forget-me-not seeds. Now, the seeds themselves actually came from the same company, so you don't have to worry about, oh, where to get seeds from. They do the seeds as well. And one of the things Ray was renowned for within Nuneaton was that he used to be part of the Stockingford Allotment Association. He would have been one of the oldest members that, of course, has now passed away. And every year until his health started to fail, when we had the Stockingford Allotment Association, he must have won so many prizes for his ability to make homemade wine, to grow the best flowers, to grow the best vegetables. And sadly, it's one of those things that although we still have the Allotment Association in Nuneaton, still there, we're still going strong. We need more people. We need more younger people to get involved. I'm not involved. I had an issue with the guy who runs it. Apparently, I was growing too many weeds and not enough plants, but that's another story. Um, but one of the things that I think people need to learn is yes, we can go to the supermarket and buy really cheap veg. So why would we grow it? But at the end of the day, I think things like learning how to grow stuff, even in a pot on the windowsill, which is what my children have been doing, is something that's been lost. It's an art that's failed. Society, the United Kingdom, we are no longer united, in my opinion. And one of the ways we've failed is by not passing on our knowledge to the future generation of how to reduce, how to reuse, how to recycle, how to make homemade wine, how to grow plants, how to plant and cultivate. All of this is a dying trade. And Ray, for the years I knew him, I was lucky to have this teacher in my life. And his wife, she passed away many, many years before he did. And she used to make homemade jam. She never showed me how to make it. Shame on you. But she always brought it around without fail. Every year while she was still alive, we had homemade jam from our next door neighbour. How many people can honestly say that in today's society, you're lucky if you can get a cup of sugar or a pint of milk. And, if you need any milk, if in doubt, knock on my door. I've probably got some spare. Um, you know, and so many people nowadays, we're dependent on food banks. Whereas if people were still more um, community led and community driven and were saying, hey, come to my allotment. I've got some spare cabbages or broccoli or potatoes. But there's all these rules and regulations, and one thing and another. So that is why society has failed. It's not because not everybody, and there isn't people out there who still want to help. It's the worry that they're afraid they're going to get sued. So they'd rather just go and pick up a packet of super noodles from Poundland and take them to a food bank than say, hey, come to my house and have a meal. And one of the things that has started to happen again in the UK is things like I said, food banks, community led groups like warm hub groups started opening up. They do them at the Stockingford Community Centre, which is near me. They were given a grant, so they do like a warm hub. St Paul's Church in my area, they do a warm hub. But again, it's getting there. So I feel that the community, although people are trying to bring back the community spirit, it's being lost. I'm not saying live in your neighbour's pockets. I don't want people knowing what's in my house. I don't want people stealing from me. Which again, crime is really high, especially in areas of deprivation. But at the same time, it would be nice if people could pass on skills and learn things, and that comes with time. And if you're in the rat race and you're trying to feed your family and go to work 9 till 5, that isn't going to happen. So, anyway, back to Ray. Fantastic guy. I would say it's a privilege that I met this man. And the fact that we shared the same birthday, 4th of July, American Independence Day. I know I'm British, but American Independence Day will always be that day for me personally that I will have a party. Okay? Even though I'm not American. And I also shared this birthday with one of my aunts, one of my great aunts. And unfortunately, she's not around either. So I'm probably one of the oldest living members of my family still, and I'm 40. So what does that tell you? So yes, these are really been beautifully made by a company that I purchased them from. And I thought to myself, you know what? Let's keep Ray alive. And one of the ways that I've done this is I was distributing these forget me not packets to people who I know and who knew him. And then on the back, it actually says, plant these seeds and grow a living memory of Ray. Now, you don't have to have forget me nots. Now, one of the reasons why this has got forget me nots in is because the seeds are like the size of a full stop. They are so small and they are going to be easy to post. And also, one of the things you've got to think about is if you are posting stuff, check the regulations. Unfortunately, in the United Kingdom, we don't seem to save and respect our species as much as Australia and New Zealand. If I tried to send these to Ray's son, I'd probably get fined. He lives in the States, you know. So forget me nots. They are one of the flowers that are very well known with in most places. There's been like with all flowers, there's going to be something written about them. And forget-me-nots are one of those things. Now, one of the other things that Ray was very renowned for was marigold seeds. So what we've done is, when my son was still at school, we donated marigold seeds to the school so that they could sprinkle them in their like wildlife area. So again, forget-me-nots and marigold seeds, we are inundated with these things at home because that is what Ray used to grow. We've got St. John's wort in the garden that we are happy to donate to people. And what will happen is if anyone buys these, or should I say donates any money for them, I'm asking for £1 for these, then the money will go to prostate cancer. I know my charity that I'm raising money for is ovarian, but anyone who wants to purchase forget me not seeds in memory of Ray, that money will go to prostate cancer. So, again, at my event, which is on the 1st of July, so it's this Saturday, if you are happy to donate £1 to purchase some forget me not seeds, it's not the time of year to plant them now, sadly. But you could probably put them in a pot in your house and they should be fine. All the information you would need to know how to plant them is online. And again, one of the things you will still get to keep, even like after, is the envelope. Reuse the envelope, cut out the love heart, decoupage it, put it on a card for a loved one. So, yes, I think this is probably going to be one of the most upbeat videos of all my videos over the next 24 hours. So, do not forget me not seeds for Ray Baxter in memory of a fantastic guy who sadly passed away, whose birthday is on the same day as mine, and would have tomorrow have been at my party.